Hi guys, Shaun Bryce here and welcome to our Self Developers YouTube channel. It's fantastic to have you here. So as we're 4 days, I believe, into January, the brand new year, I'm really hoping that you're still focused and driven on your goals. You're still feeling pumped, you still really can see the vision of where those goals are going to take you this year. But for those of you that feel you've come up short a little bit already, you're having second thoughts. There's this chatterbox, that goes on throughout the day that's pulling you back into your comfort zone, saying it's the wrong decision to make to branch out and do something completely new. This video really is for you guys. So today I'm going to talk about the 5 truths of fear. Fear is one of those topics which it has got lots of misconceptions, lots of myths around it. I think a lot of people still don't fully understand the kind of the emotional side of fear and what triggers that, to pull us away from the direction we should be heading to become the best version of ourselves ultimately. So today I wanted to really speak about the 5 truths of fear, but before I do so, wanted to talk about really from a life experience so far. I'm 28 years old, but life experience so far, speak to numerous people in work and outside work, and starting up my coaching business, is that I still believe there are kind of 4 underlying reasons why people still become fearful. And the first one really is procrastination. That is the ultimate, I think, reason for fear in itself is procrastination. People make a decision, but then they don't take action, and then this chatterbox comes through and starts to take you off on a different tangent to where you want to go, because it's doubting you, it's fearful essentially. It doesn't like kind of being outside the comfort zone. The second one is lack of clarity. Lack of clarity, lack of purpose, lack of why. It's not big enough. So you're starting to doubt yourself, and that's just really taking you away from where you want to be headed. The third one is being fearful of not being loved or cared about. Warren's very passionate and very powerful on don't care what anybody else thinks. Just be your authentic self. And I think that fear permeates in all aspects of life because you're worried, you're concerned about what others think. And the fourth reason why people get fearful is they exaggerate. They think about the very worst case scenario in all aspects. For example, you're starting a new speaking workshop, new speaking academy, and you think it's all going to go pear-shaped. You think nobody's going to turn up. You can think you're going to get heckled. You can think your content's not valuable. You can think you're not credible enough to speak to your audience. These are very worst case scenarios. And I think there's a famous quote saying that you can't fail being yourself. You cannot fail being yourself. So they're kind of the 4 reasons why I think people do get fear in all aspects of their life. But focusing on the 5 truths of fear. So the first truth about fear is that as long as you continue to grow, you will experience fear. So as long as you continue to grow, you will experience fear. And that is true. I can wholeheartedly say that. First-hand experience, that is absolutely true. As soon as you move to a new territory, a new challenge, you're going to experience fear, regardless whether you overcome fear successfully in what you were doing previously. As long as you continue to grow, that fear will always be there. Truth number 2 about fear is that the only way to overcome fear is just by going out and doing it. As I said before, just be yourself, go out and do it, make the mistakes, learn, adapt, make mistakes, fail, adjust, learn. It's a complete cycle. Just overcome fear. It's just to go out and do it. The third truth is the only way to feel better about yourself is just to go out and do it. Don't sit and rest and regret things later in the year. The end of the year, you reflect thinking, I just wish I took that first step. There's people out there doing exactly what you want to do right now who are less qualified, but they took the first step and they're learning. And it's that experience, which is experience trumps books, it trumps audio books, it trumps seminars. Experience is just the number one. You can't get any better than experience, even if you make a mistake. The fourth truth about fear is that when you're on new territory, everyone else is going to be experiencing fear, not just yourself. And that's one of the truths I actually find most profound, is that you're not the only one who's going to experience fear. Everybody else in that room, in that seminar, in this interview process is going to feel fear as well. The fifth and final truth about fear is that pushing through fear of doing something, a new challenge, a new territory, is actually less frightening than living with the underlying feeling of helplessness that comes from not taking action, not being yourself, and not pushing yourself to that next level. So just to recap, the first truth about fear is that the only way to, so as long as you continue to grow, you will always experience fear. The second truth is that the only way to overcome the fear of doing something is simply go out and do it. Take massive action. The third truth about fear is the only way you're going to feel better about yourself is by going out and doing it. The fourth truth about fear is that whenever you're on new territory, you're going to experience fear, and so is everybody else. And the fifth and final truth about fear is that pushing through your fear of doing something that you want to do is actually less frightening. It's less frightening than living with the underlying feeling of fear, of helplessness, of regret in later life. I just want to leave you with this, which is a strong message, is that you have to remember, and this is, again, something I'm learning every day myself, but every single time you feel fearful in any aspect of life, it is simply because you don't feel good enough about yourself. You don't feel good enough about yourself. So you have to be able to say to yourself, I can handle it. Anything that you throw at me, I can handle it. I will handle it. Make it part of your daily affirmations. The best way to get these truths really nailed in your subconscious mind and really telling it that, you can handle any situation is to repeat the 5 truths every single day 10 times as part of your daily affirmations for 1 month. And I guarantee you will be a new person. I can speak wholeheartedly that I am, this year, since I've started doing these new daily affirmations, the 5 truths of fear 10 times from last year onwards, it generally makes me want to wake up in the morning and just do new things, new challenges. I'm bouncing off the walls with ideas, and I'm going to go out this year and I'm going to achieve them. So thank you for listening. It's been a pleasure. Hope you got some great value from this. Peace.